Hey everybody, it's Tori O'Neill, the founder of the Mighty Dames, and we're here for another spotlight interview. And today we're joined with a special guest, Jepha. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, Jepha.
All right, dope. All right, so Jepha, let's tell us a little about yourself. Like, how did you get into training? Where you located at? All that stuff.
All right. Well, my name is Jepha. I'm in the Tampa area. That's pretty much where I've been this entire time. What got me into training was I'm a single mom. I needed to be able to protect myself and my child. I can't really like roll over and be like, oh, baby, like, I think I hear something.
No, I get that. A lot of women get in there for self-protection.
Right. I want to be able to, I mean, like, obviously, if somebody's attacking me, they're going to be bigger, badder, stronger than me. But at least I can, like, be self-aware and, like, be confident enough to walk around, not just like a damsel in distress. So,
yeah. Well, I think that's like one of the things we always tell people is like having a certain air of confidence or even putting up like a little bit of a fight ends up deterring so many people because they expect you to be that damsel.
Like statistically proven, if you go into a jail right now and you ask like, hey, like people that are there for like, you know, rape purposes or mugging purposes to females, like, and you said like, hey, what would have been something that stopped you, you know, even just a little bit from doing this? And they'll say like, if she would have just tried, you know, if she would have put up a little bit of a fight.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I think that's just the good thing about like, not just, jiu-jitsu, but like this self-defense culture that's really starting to, you know, populate women now is like, they're realizing like, yo, I got to find ways to take care of myself. And like, I might not always have protection in the mean of like pepper spray, a gun, and I need like, what happens if
it's just everyone's like, oh, I got a gun. I'm like, okay, well, what happens when you don't?
Yeah, what happens if you like, I'm clumsy, I could trip and drop a gun. So then what happens?
But that's why you don't have a gun.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, that's honestly, that is one of the reasons I do not own. I like that person who they're talking about, like, oh, person shot themselves while attempting to clean their gun. That is me. I am them. I know myself, you know thyself. I'm very stern in that.
That's so funny. Me too.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you is about, I see the little logo in the back there, about ChickJitsu. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what that is?
So ChickJitsu actually started out as just like a women's class. A lot of times women are afraid to get into martial arts because like, oh, it sounds scary, or, you know, that's just not my thing. I don't want to get punched in the face. I don't want to get hurt. And
valid points.
Especially with jiu-jitsu, like my first class, I'm like, oh, okay, like this is interesting. And women are going in, they're like, I was in this position with my husband last night, and like, I'm definitely not trying to do that with a stranger. But that's what jiu-jitsu is. And again, in a self-defense sense, that's what it is. Like, you got to know your way out of this, you know? Anyway, I love the spider monkey effect of it. Actually, like that. I'm like, I'm going to crawl all over you. Anyway, so I fell in love with martial arts. Again, like I started off with self-defense, and then like the health aspect of it, the mentality aspect of it. I want to share that with people. And I don't want people to be afraid of coming in and trying it.
Yeah.
So ChickJitsu, the class started in like all of the gyms I've ever been in.
Gotcha.
We started like a chicks only class, which is cool because with a tournament base, you meet so many women that then they hear about that. And I've heard a lot of gyms after ChickJitsu, the tournament happened, introduce chick classes, not necessarily calling it ChickJitsu. That's the future.
There you go.
But like, you know, saying like understanding that like, yeah, okay, they don't want to come in with big sweaty men. Some of us do, but
to each their own.
Right. But, and some people can tolerate that. Like, I remember sitting there and being like, ew, toes.
Oh my God. I am that with like, except like, and not that women can't have leg hair, but dudes' leg hair is on another fucking level. And like
in my mouth.
Oh my God. Like a sweaty, super hairy leg comes across your face. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life right now? Yeah.
Self-defense.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is so disgusting.
But, you know, again, you said it all right there. So I introduced that class, and then I met with Lou, who was like, let's make a tournament out of it. And I'm like, like it's a great idea and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but honestly, like I'm sure you've been in this game for quite some time, so you know everything. It's kind of difficult to get girls like that together.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that like put it 8 years ago when I first signed up, it's so different the amount of women there
Yeah.
or that are like openly being there. Like before it was just like that girl that went to class and then now I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, now it's more like she's owning those mats.
Mm-hmm.
She's that brown belt.
Consistent.
She's that right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's just like it's getting contagious and I love it. So I was super like we had a goal for the first ChickJitsu and I think what 5 days before. So that's why like right now I'm like 4 days. Like 4 days is gonna make like the difference.
Yeah.
And on top of the fact that it's like already just like skyrocketing. I'm just I'm getting a chill.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
But the first one we had a goal and like 5 days before, bam, like we didn't have enough medals to give out because we just had no idea.
That's a good problem to have.
Right. We're like, yeah, like I have all of those problems we had in a binder right now, ready to have again if they come up because, you know, we're on top of it. It was so awesome last time. So I'm super amped to have this tournament again, to see all of those girls come in there and like walk up to me and be, oh, Jepha, this was so wonderful that you guys put on. Like my daughter, this is her first time. She's really scared, something like that, you know, or my daughter's been competing forever and she has to go against these boys. And at a certain age level, boys and girls change.
Yeah.
Boys and girls are different. You know, at that point in a competition, boys and girls get different. You know, 12 years old hits, and that's, you know, Lou's daughter's 12. So she was there. She's like, I'm sick of going against boys.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it too, like little 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, which is so cool that they compete. It's the cutest thing in the world.
It's adorable.
But at that age too, some girls get a little bit like, I don't want to go against the boy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's fine. Let's change that for her. Let's be girls and come together.
Yeah.
And oh my God, we have a girl coming to braid. Like, come on.
Oh,
it is a girl tournament.
Yes. That is all so awesome. I think like you mentioned, one of the things that we always hear is, we can't get women to compete. We can't get women to compete. And what happens is we get it in our head that, there's not going to be anyone in my division, my age bracket. So why should I even sign up? Not realizing that might deter other people from signing up. So it's just like this vicious
Oh my God,
cycle.
yeah. I'm always like, put my name down.
Yeah. So like you have people who genuinely want to compete, but they're not sure if like, will there be someone here for me? So when you have a competition like yours, you know there will be women there. It's just like, okay, where am I competing at?
Yeah.
So is this gi and no gi?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So actually this we added the super fights to this one this time.
Ooh, okay, good.
So it's almost like we're doing it all, but
yeah.
in like a minor sense, except for that $2,500 absolute, like that ain't no minor.
We will get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So one of the things that I really, really appreciate is not only is this a women's only competition, but is a women's only competition ran by a woman.
Yeah.
I have my thoughts on why it's different to have a women-led anything, but a women-led competition by a woman. Why do you think that is so important to have women in leadership roles in competitions, not just, as gym owners?
I mean, honestly, it's just like the presence of being there. Like I'm not just like somebody that put on a tournament. Hashtag I have Lou on the side with me, just throwing that out there.
Lou, we giving you props too, Lou.
I love you, Lou.
We'll put you in there as well. We'll insert a little picture of him somewhere.
Right. But with me being like active on the social media, going out to the gyms and meeting them and meeting these girls and introducing myself and like, then they see at the tournament that I'm still there. I'm still there to help you. This is not just something that, this was a great idea. We're going to put it on paper and y'all just, show up. I'm like out there meeting these girls and like trying to say pretty much the same thing that I would say to you right now, and like explain to the ladies why we're doing this. Cause it sounds really cool for the ChickJitsu. I've had a lot of people be like, I just love it, but I'm like, hey, let me tell you why you love it even more. So by the time they come to that tournament, it's like, I can't wait to be here because I already feel that good energy of like, it's already girls. I love it. We're pink. Like, you know, like we got pink here and like the boys aren't going to cry about it, you know? And then the fact that like, I can't wait to meet all the other girls because a lot of the people that are in these brackets have been like talking to me. I know that in the future, it won't necessarily be as personal because, you know, goals, that's what we're doing. We're going to be out there. But until then, I'm going to do my best to get in with the communities and stuff, you know, and get that outreach, find those women to help me pass on that word so that, you know, this is less of like a tournament and more of like a little family. Like we got a little thing going on. Like I can't wait to go to ChickJitsu and see my homegirls. I can't wait because I know that like all of her vendors are going to be business women to be inspired by, not just, you know, oh, this is today's latest protein bar. It's like, no, this is Susan's creation and her passion. This is her business that she runs like a lady, you know?
You know what? I think that's like, again, like it's important to see the presence of women in leadership at all, especially in this, when it's not just an adult competition, you have younger girls. It's always important for like that younger generation to see another generation like pushing through barriers and like, hey, you know, changing what their perceptive, what is possible, you know, they're like, hey, you can like, you can run your own tournament if you want to, like, look how many people we have here, like you can totally do it. And so I think that's so dope. And I was gonna say something else and I lost my train of thought because I kept listening to what you were saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep like
no, you're good.
Like, so into why ChickJitsu is like important to me. So like,
gotcha. I remember.
I will babble about it.
It's okay.
So into it.
No, I remember what I was gonna say is, it tends to be like, because women are still in the minority in this sport, it's almost like we have to be a community. Like we have to know everyone because like if you don't, you're missing out on training with women. So you talk about
that's
like
important to you. Some people it's not.
Yeah, some people it's not important, but how you mentioned for, you know, I feel like women are very tribal. Like we want to know where our ladies are because there's a sense of protection and like
you can't be here. Sorry.
There's a sense of like protection, safeness, fun, community, like you mentioned. And like, personally, I would love to get to a point where like, I go to a competition, I know none of the girls in my bracket. Like I don't know who they are because it's just flooded with people. But the reality is if you're at especially in a state like Florida, it's like, odds are if you sign up for a competition, you're going to know at least one person like in your bracket, or at least like the bracket below. Like, you're going to know someone there, just like the odds of it all.
Yeah.
Florida
be about it.
Yes. Okay. So you mentioned, you got so you have the competition aspect, you have some super fights, and then there's something else you got going on with some money. Like, are we giving away money here? What's
Heck yeah.
About?
So, again, with the women in tournaments, when I started, there was like absolutes for both. And the women always seem to like get the short end of the stick. And honestly, just like as an outsider going into jiu-jitsu, because remember, I signed up to save my daughter and myself. So like, I'm going into this less than a year in. I'm like, ooh, I just want to raise my hand one time. Like just one time. If I lose everything else, that's fine. I just want to try like doing this. So I see it, you know, I'm like, oh, an absolute, like these girls got to be like dope. Like, let's check it out. And I see like, I don't know, I'm exaggerating. I can't remember. I'm that old person now, but I'm pretty sure it was something like guys get $500, girls get $250. Yeah. And I'm like, I just couldn't comprehend that. I'm like, I don't get that. And it wasn't even just like me being like, oh, I'm a feminist. Like, why are we getting less? It was just literally like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But too, you know, I did understand that, you know, when I spoke to some of the promoters afterward, that women don't show up for it. So it's kind of like not, you know, if no one's showing up and I got Betty white belt over here and, you know, the girl that's like super giant that just squashed her because she's a stick figure and I'm handing her 250, it just isn't what they want. And I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, you're with your 250, not making anyone drool. So of course I'm not gonna come over there, you know, out of the fact, and like we said earlier, like there's not many girls that show up. So maybe I'm not showing up to that tournament because nobody signed up. Kind of thing. So essentially that 250 was set there to be like, come on, girls. Come on, girls.
Like, don't you want it? Come on. Who can everyone can use a couple extra dollars.
Like who does not want 250 or 2,500? You know what I'm saying? So that's essentially like, we want to be able to pay them out. We want to be able to be different from that aspect of it. And at the same time, like, respect. Like you got them like dope girls. Our first card had like 15 people on it. There's like Bellator fighters, UFC fighters, just really, really, really awesome girls in jiu-jitsu that you're like, oh, I know that girl because she wins all the time. Like, you know, super submissions, and black belts and everything. Like they have put in the time. They deserve that money. So we're like, yo, what's up?
I mean, and how much are you giving away? How much is it?
$2,500.
Yes,
$2,500.
That's what I want to say, because that's more than some of the guys are getting in their tournaments too. So it's not only like
guys are like, can I put on a wig?
It's not even like you're putting like you're giving them incentives, like you're giving them a solid incentive to try this out, especially if you're in Florida, because like you can travel anywhere in Florida for like less than $100 in gas. So like you drive, and then you're right in the middle too. It's like, okay, I can give this, give it a shot. And at the very least, I know I'm going to get, you know, when you put that price tag on there, it like you said, it attracts a different level of fighter. People are going to want to try that. You're going to have some people who be like, fuck it. I'm a blue belt. I'm going to give it a whirl.
And I can see it right now, you know?
So it's like,
they're just, I would.
If I was actually in like back to my competition shape, which I am working on getting into, like, give it a shot. Why not? Like, even if you lose, like you said, like if you sign up for, what's the buy-in?
It's 160.
160. Okay. So an IBJJF competition is around 110.
Thank you. I'm just kidding.
So like, but like they're around 110. And there's like, I just signed up for like Orlando and Pan. So I just dropped $220 to compete. And there is nothing I'm going to win but like a fucking medal. Like, not that that's not like amazing. And you can get some props behind it. Like, I'm going to get a pound gold painted medal. That's what I am striving for. Versus if you go to one of these competitions, you have a higher chance of like, hey, I could make my money and then some. You know, and then you're going to get tested as well. You know it's going to be a solid try, because for you to win that,
isn't that why you're there? You know,
you don't want an easy path. Well, sometimes you do, but like in this situation, there's money. Like you want to feel like hey, I earned this. I earned this money. And they get that sweet ass trophy behind you as well.
So that one is for our team trophy.
Okay,
girl, we're celebrating everyone.
Awesome, that's dope though.
We want to give like the top person that money. We want to give 4 girls that stepped up to the plate for the super fights these cute little trophies. Oh my god,
ooh, those are so nice.
The team that comes out for like, you know, whatever your gym is, how many girls they're gonna bring, whoever gets the most points, I think it goes by, gets the team trophy. Like,
dope. Oh, crap. When I did that photo, it's a massive damn trophy.
I'm super excited about it. So, and like, imagine like I'm 19 years old and I'm standing next to that thing like, oh my God, it's so like gigantic next to me. Yeah. Imagine these little girls that get to bring it home to their gym and be like, we earned that as a team. Like, what's up? There's your community again.
Yeah, it is. And like, I told people that like, sometimes competing, like, sometimes you do just get a medal or just a trophy, but you can have like a little bit of pride in that, like, hey, I showed up for one. Like I showed up, I put myself out there. Even I tell people, even if they get a bronze medal and they lost both matches, like you still did more than 90% of the people in your class. So
right, exactly. You showed up,
you tried. Girl, take that medal and rock it on. So like, It's good to have something to strive for, even if it's like pure vanity's sake of like, I want the shiny thing. I'm going to chase the big shiny thing.
Well, we have a couple shiny things.
We like shiny things.
Cash.
There we go. Yeah. So future wise, you plan on doing a couple more of these? You plan on doing more than once a year?
Girl. We were aiming to do multiple ones of these a year. If not starting out with 2, 4. Then you know what? COVID. Like I was so sad because everyone from that last tournament was just like amped. They were fired up. I was like, yes, we're about to make this, like, girls are gonna go crazy. Boom.
Yep.
But now we're back, you know, like whatever. That doesn't hold us back.
Yeah. Especially
now that everything's kind of like
again.
Right. So now everyone's chilling and we can do this. So we're gonna do this one, and hopefully, you know, within the next 5 to 6 months, do a second one. So we want to keep, like, you know, tweaking it. We want to learn from this one, see what happens, see what people like. See, you know, a lot of new businesses want to work with us, which is so awesome. But like, you know, there's so much that's gonna change. We want to go out across the country. We want to bring this like everywhere. We want to see what's the next hot spot of females area of jiu-jitsu, and we want to be there and compete.
I will say, like, I'm about to go to Indiana for the women's grappling camp. Indiana's pretty dope. Texas, we have a lot of girls in Texas too. Like
we have a lot of ambassadors in Texas. I'm like, I want to go to Texas next. I've never been.
That's been my other like you. Like I had so many jiu-jitsu travel plans for the last year and a half that I had to put on pause. Like I was planning on going to Texas. I was planning on going to California.
I was gonna be a traveling soldier last year.
That. But you know what? It's again, like it's starting to open up again, and like as people are getting, you know, more conscious, they're getting vaccinated, certain sanctions are lifting. You know, we're seeing that, like we see the light at the end of the tunnel now. So it's a little bit more as long as, you know, another super strain doesn't come out of nowhere, like we're kind of
everybody wash your hands.
Please still wash your damn hands. Like you should have been doing.
And like, you know, you can stay away from me.
Well, that's on another note. That's like another thing. Everyone's like, oh, now that if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask. I am keeping a fucking mask in my car at all. The fact that I didn't wear a mask going into like grocery stores, large crowds, and that's probably why I was sick my whole damn life. Is taking all these nasty germs from people. So like now I feel like I'm putting my mask on. Now
can't stop me.
I'm fine. It's really like, yo, you do you, I'm gonna do me. And plus, like that means like all I really have to do is just do my eyebrows, and then like all this shit can be hidden. Perfect.
I can be judging you with my face down your
and you'll never know. You'll never
know.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on today. It's gonna be awesome. So your event is this Saturday. In what's is it in Tampa?
So it's in Largo, Florida. But when people hear that, they think of Key West. It's technically, and the way that we keep making more cities, it's technically like Clearwater, Tampa. Gotcha. Like right over our bridge to Clearwater, but not quite. Like if I call it Clearwater, people are thinking I'm driving down there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna put the location because spectators, are they allowed?
Absolutely. Dope. And boys are allowed, guys, but just not to compete.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll put all the information in the area, whatever this crap is. Description. There we go. I'll put all the information in the description. I'll also put on there all the social media clicks if you guys want to check out ChickJitsu, if you want to check out Jepha, learn more about it. Check out our website. I will be there. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I will be there to help out with the event because
you better be.
Listen, because at the end of the day, we need women supporting women businesses. If we're not supporting other businesses, how can we expect other people to take it seriously? So Amen. I will be there doing something, and we're gonna see. But thanks again.
Great, Kim.